Talking Football on WTNS with Steve Cores and Casey Claxon.
Welcome to Talkin' Football from WTNS, brought to you by Coshocton Regional Medical Center, your local healthcare team supporting local athletics. Coshocton Regional Medical Center, where care matters most. It is week 8 of the high school football season. Casey Claxon back with Steve Cores and Coos. Coshocton got their first win on Friday night, so congratulations to Coach Smith and the Redskins, but give us a recap of that game.
Well, they really got off to a good start, and that's one of the key issues that they've had during the course of the season, not getting off quickly enough. They did in that football game, and they took it from there, put 55 on the board, played solid defense, big win, and now they're looking forward to moving on.
So they're going to be traveling down to Crooksville. That's another win that Coshocton could get if they play well on Friday night.
Really is, and it's a team that started off fast. Crooksville won their first 3. They've now on a 4-game losing streak, come in 3-4. But you're absolutely right. It's a game, if they get down there, do what they need to do, they can get out of there with a win.
On Friday night, you and Chris were out at Don Rushing Stadium as the Riverview Black Bears. They had another tough one against Tri-Valley. Recap that game, and then let's look ahead to their John Glenn matchup on Friday.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tri-Valley's a really, really good football team. They're put together, they're very solid, and across the board. Riverview, as we've discussed earlier, this is a building process. They're just trying to feel their way through it. Tri-Valley, just a little bit too many athletes, and that was a tough night for the Bears.
So now they take on the Little Muskies of John Glenn. So give us a preview of that game for the Black Bears.
Well, the one thing they're going to run into this week is a John Glenn that has a defense that's really, really, really good. We had them against Coshocton earlier in the year. I think they're only giving up like 6 or 7 points a game, and some of those scores came after they had it already won. So it's going to be a tough night, another building process evening for the Bears.
And our featured game coming up on Friday night has the Ridgewood Generals also on the road. They will match up with Indian Valley. We'll preview that game and have more on Talkin' Football right after this message from Coshocton Regional Medical Center.
Hi, my name's Justin Seibert. I'm born and raised here in Coshocton County, and recently had a procedure done at Coshocton Hospital. Had an injury to my knee. There are a lot of different hospitals out there, but the decision I made was to go to Coshocton Hospital. I feel like it's very important to support the community that you're in, an organization that's giving back to the community. If that's a hospital, Coshocton Hospital is going to be my choice.
Back on Talkin' Football, Casey Claxon, Steve Cores. Coos, the Generals got a big IVC game against the Braves of Indian Valley in Hutton. Let's look at that game.
Well, I'll tell you what, really before we talk about that, the win against Sandy Valley at home was huge. They picked up some computer points, beat a really good football team. So I think it's one of those confidence booster type nights. Indian Valley 4-3. The 3 losses were to Dover, St. Clairsville, and Garaway. They're a good football team, but Ridgewood's playing really well right now, and I think they're looking forward to going up there and playing those guys.
I know you talked to the Ridgewood coaches an awful lot, and you sat down with those guys, and they're pretty open, but I think they all believe that this team gets better and better each and every week.
They really do, and I think they're very happy with what they've got. When they started the season, they were thinking if they could get 5 or 6 wins, it'd be an outstanding year. Now their sights are set a little bit higher. They've got great play out of the backfield. The line's been solid all year long, and they're looking forward to making this trip.
So give us just a picture of what the playoffs could look like for Ridgewood. Obviously, a lot of points on the line in weeks 8, 9, and 10 for the Generals.
They really are. Right now they sit number 7 in the computer rankings, and if they played tomorrow, they'd have a home game, and that's really the goal. They want to play at home if possible. This game would go a long way to solidifying that. If they could get a win over a good Indian Valley team, beat Claymont next week, then they have to play Garaway, obviously. Yeah. The last week of the season is outstanding, but they put themselves in a position to really do some damage.
So we'll have that game coming up on Friday night. We will be broadcasting live from Indian Valley Stadium in Hutton. We'll have the game on FM 99.3 WTNS. We'll live stream the video of the game as well on the WTNS YouTube channel. Our pregame show will start at about 6:35, kickoff and play-by-play with Chris and Coos coming up on Friday night. This is Talkin' Football, brought to you by Coshocton Regional Medical Center, your local healthcare team supporting local athletics. Coshocton Regional Medical Center, where care matters most.
Talking Football is a production of WTNS Sports and Claxon Communications.